The workaday Bakla neighbourhood in Egypt's second city, Alexandria. Crowds of shoppers flock to stalls offering basic foods at unbeatable prices. The Salafist Al-Noor party organises this popular market 3 to 4 times a month. They've hit on a recipe for success, polling 24% in parliamentary elections, second only to the Muslim Brotherhood.
We're acting out of charity. This isn't about bribing citizens with services. We're just carrying out our plan to help the Egyptian people. That's our economic program.
Up the road, we meet party president Imad Abdul Ghaffar. Here in his local mosque, the qualified doctor earned his spurs in the Salafist movement. Followers of Sunni Islam, their model society is that of the early Muslims, one based on a strict adherence to the Quran and Sharia law. This Friday, Imad is leading prayers.
Egyptians should keep striving to be their own masters. The people have the right to choose their leaders. And those leaders, whoever they are, should know that they're there to serve every individual, to serve the people. And they must apply God's principles.
Before former President Hosni Mubarak fell in February 2011, Egypt's Salafists worked in the half-light in mosques like this one. The security services, wary of Islamists, were never far away. Only in May did the movement openly step into politics with the creation of Al-Noor, the light.
Before the revolution, prayers had to be on more general subjects. We couldn't be as frank and direct as we are now.
Not far away, another mosque. Ahmed Farid is celebrating his daughter's wedding. One of 5 spiritual leaders of the country's Salafists, he keeps a close eye on Al-Noor's policies.
We are the reference point for the party. They come to us for all matters relating to Islamic rules, to Sharia. Al-Noor is the political arm of the Salafist movement. Believing in total freedom, that individuals can do what they want as long as they don't hurt others, like people pretend, that doesn't work in our religion. Because we are the servants of God, and servants obey their masters.
The Salafists we meet say their movement runs 2 in 3 of Egypt's mosques. Alexandria, with its beaches and bars, is one of their bastions. Next stop, the city of Fayoum, 130 kilometers southwest of Cairo. Here we meet Abu Muslim. At 16, he became the country's youngest Islamist prisoner and spent 14 years behind bars before being freed in 2006. He takes us to see a man who describes himself as an ex-jihadist. The pair met in jail. They're buoyed by Al-Noor's parliamentary success and hoping for more.
So do you think Salafist ideology can be as well represented in the upper house as in the lower one?
You know what? I think it can do even better.
Life for Abu Muslim has become easier in post-Mubarak Egypt. And all those years in the former leader's notorious prison system have done nothing to dent his devotion to the Salafist cause.
Let me tell you something. The more you're tortured for your beliefs, the deeper those beliefs become.
We're in one of the centres Abu Muslim founded with like-minded Islamists. Their goal to make Sharia law compatible with modern life and business and help young Muslims prepare for the future accordingly.
When studying Islamic administration, it's important to have good intentions. and to learn that God alone brings success.
Old and young alike take on the principles of management based in Islam. Principles which are being put into practice not far away. Another of the centre's founders, Abu Ubaidah, takes us to a village on the edge of Fayum. It's in poor areas like this that Egypt's Salafists are at their most active. We arrive at a Quranic school run by the centre. Classes are mixed. The public separation of the sexes doesn't come until puberty. But the children here learn Islam's central text right from the start.
We learn everything in modern life from the Quran. Education, respect, how to behave, faith. The Quran is our constitution and the guide of our nation.
Soon the pupils will enjoy better facilities at an Islamic centre being built over the road. Abu Ubaidah inspects the site.
There's a building going up here, another one there. Offices and a mosque. The social situation here is getting worse. We're trying to show solidarity to combat the poverty, the poor education, and health care.
Abu Ubaidah says all the workers here are volunteers, the land donated for free.
God sends us kind people who help us, and other benefactors. With their money, everybody helps out, and things get done easily.
Building and educating, activities the Salafists once carried out on the quiet. Now they're doing so in the open and on an entirely different scale. Now we travel to Cairo, Egypt's labyrinthine capital. A nondescript suburban office is Al Noor's HQ in the city. It doubles as a newsroom for the party's newspaper, and the president we saw preaching in Alexandria is acting as editor.
There could be some problems with this article. We'll have to correct it on Tuesday.
The question of party funding sparked some unexpected joking.
The party doesn't have much money.
We've got $1 million, but don't say anything.
So you brought us that suitcase.
With that, the meeting ends, and Emad leaves to meet civil society reps, keen to know about Al Noor's programme for the new Egypt. Emad insists the path to Sharia will be consensual. On foreign policy, he's already thinking ahead. The big question, the future of the 1978 Camp David Accords.
I talked with former U.S. President Jimmy Carter in person, and even he's not happy at what happened with the Camp David Accords. He said two things were at stake: peace between Israel and Egypt, and the Palestinian problem, the right to return and the creation of a Palestinian state. He said something must be done to advance their cause. And he was mediator at the Accords. What more can I say? Camp David undermined Egypt, the Arabs, the Muslims.
We head for the centre of town, where Abu Muslim, the activist we met in Fayum, takes us to the offices of a TV channel. The station's mission: to counter Christian proselytism. In the studio, a presenter opts for the direct approach.
Muslims live alongside non-Muslims according to Sharia, just as the Prophet did. I say to non-Muslims, I accept you in my country, and you accept me too. But love, that comes from the heart. It's not something you can have on demand. More on that right after the break.
بعد الفاصل بإذن الله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم.
Back in the office, a brand new venture is taking shape. The station's boss explains.
It's the first all-female Islamic TV channel. Only women in niqabs.
It's what?
A satellite channel with women only.
And it's going on air soon.
They're all going to wear the niqab. We don't want any wanton women. We decide what should appear on screen, and our religion has taught us to value women. They're not goods to be sold. Women are precious, and their face is most precious of all.
We talked to one of the faces of the new channel.
Women can speak in public. It's not forbidden to make a speech, to communicate. But in Islamic law, there are limits, and women must respect them.
Televised religion has proved powerful. In the suburb of Imbaba, we meet metalworker Aladdin. A regular viewer of Islamic stations, he decided to become a Salafist 10 years ago. Our presence here elicits some choice words for the French.
They want to see half-naked women in Egypt, while in France and other European countries, they ban the niqab. Over there, the call to prayer is banned. The niqab is banned. Every country should be free to do as it likes. So, if you don't want to see veiled women in your country, why should I have to see women who are not covered up in mine? The media are horrible about religion. They've reduced it to the things it forbids. Cutting off thieves' hands, stoning adulterers. Why not talk about how Islam treats economics, agriculture, health?
Aladdin goes to pray in the little mosque he built himself. With Hosni Mubarak gone, religious parties have leapt from the shadows. The generals who replaced him are promising to hand power to a civilian government. And now, Egyptians are about to learn how far and how fast the Islamists will go in applying Sharia, and how much sway the Salafists hold.